This isn't same old. I don't want to hear same old line stuff. I just don't, Terry.
By Thanksgiving, everybody should look at Dan Campbell and say, you know what? This is a coach, or he's not a coach.
Dan Campbell may be the next Mike Vrabel. Who knows?
They're right there. They're right there. You can't be saying this year, well, they're right there.
If you're going to be aggressive, be aggressive. Just don't be stupid. I think this is a football team and a coach that you can expect to win you games this year. What should Detroit Lions fans expect from Dan Campbell year two? Terry, I'm very interested to hear what you have to say on this, because I think the message I'm going to deliver is obviously very reasonable. Not that yours probably won't be, but I am curious what you believe this fan base and really just football people in general should expect from a second-year head coach.
I think based on what you saw in the locker room, based on the fact that they were able to change a long-standing culture that was toxic with the Detroit Lions, I think after year one, you should be able to see some progress in the win-loss column. You should see them. You should expect them to win 7 or 8 games. Anything short of that should be unacceptable. That would be same old Lions to me. But that's what you should see, because a lot of progress was made during the season where they didn't win many games, and we can say, oh, they're right there. They're right there. You can't be saying this year, well, they're right there. No, you got to win some more ball games. That's what you should expect. And the other thing you should expect is, I think by Thanksgiving, everybody should look at Dan Campbell and say, you know what? This is a coach, or he's not a coach.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Terry, me and you are in lockstep. Regarding the wins, again, the wins are going to matter. I think the minimum you can get, and you can get away with it, even though you'll still be under pressure going into year 3, in my opinion, is 6. I would be disappointed with 6 because the schedule. I think the talent's there. I think the ability to play the game that I don't think many teams will be able to play this year is an advantage. What teams are going to be able to run the ball? I mean, we saw the Titans basically lock up the number 1 seed doing this. Now, do you have the defense the Titans have? Do you have the head coach the Titans have? Maybe not. But you may. Dan Campbell may be the next Mike Vrabel. Who knows? Right? There's just a lot of questions going into the year. But what I would say, Terry, is if Dan Campbell is that guy, and that guy doesn't need to be an all-timer. Let's just say he's just a good coach to very good coach. I don't think we're here talking about 6, 7, 8 wins. This is a football team I believe can win 8, 9, 10 games if that guy in the locker room is a legitimate head coach. I think it's inevitable. You have the schedule in your favor. Majority of your games are home games. You have a good start to the season. Your first 5 games, you're not getting blown out by any of these teams. You're going to be in these ball games. Now, you're going to win all 5 of them? I mean, very unlikely. But the point is, there are a lot of games this year where you're going to be able to win. As Alex is jamming right now. God, that music is so loud. Jesus Christ. All right. Back to my point. Sorry, I'm distracted by who is this singing? Isn't that the white dude? Oasis, yeah. There you go.
The white dude, like there's only one white singer in America.
It's Wonderwall.
The point is, there's a lot of talk, Terry, on Jared Goff, and is he I don't think he is the future. Just my opinion. I don't need him to be the future, and I don't need Dan Campbell to go out and win 13 games this year. If he does, Jesus Christ, that's impressive. There are things you want to see. Player development. I want to see better coaching decisions in the 2-minute warning. I don't want to see this team literally fumbling away games. I don't want to see this team going for it on 4th and 1, 4th and inches at their own 13-yard line in the first quarter, second quarter. I don't want to see that. I don't care if you're down by 3 or 10 or 7. I don't care. The odds of you winning are much higher if you just change the field and get the ball back. It's that simple. And even if the analytics are telling you, hey, you have a 58% chance at winning, instead of a 55% chance at winning if you go for it here and convert? Do I really need that 3%, given what the hell could happen if I don't get it? Like, there's so much more behind the analytics that, people only share with the win probability. Well, what about what happens if you don't get it? What happens then?
What about the common sense? But with that said, I still think they need to be more aggressive than the average NFL team to pull this off.
I think they'll be top 3, and they should be top 3 in terms of fourth downs gone for. Unless I think they just become extremely efficient on third down. They were the worst third down team last year. The worst. They went for it on fourth down a lot, not only because they were aggressive. They sucked on third down. Third down was a throwaway down. They just did nothing on it. Fourth down became the new third down for this team. It was unbelievable. So, I expect this team to be better on third down this year. I expect Jared Goff, if healthy, to have a good season. If you ask me for numbers, I would tell you, I would say 3,800 yards, 24 touchdown passes, and I'd like to see less than 12 interceptions. And I think that's a solid year. And I think if that's your stat line from your quarterback, Terry, we're really having a conversation here why this team can't win 7, 8, 9 games?
Now, if he can do that, we're not having that conversation because it's going to happen. And he could actually pass for a fewer yards if that running game is really stout. A lot of times in the NFL, some quarterbacks get over 4,000. It's because they're trailing for much of the game. If you're ahead for much of the game, maybe you pass for 40 or 50 yards, fewer yards during a typical game. So I don't look at passing yards all the time as far as judging if a quarterback is having a good year. It should be yards per attempt. What does he do when it's important, like the last part of a game or something like that? But if you're playing from ahead all the time or you're playing with the lead, you don't need to pass the ball.
Yeah, but a lot. Again, guys, you're giving a lot of credit here to the Lions being quote unquote aggressive and not stupid. Yes, they went for it the most in all of the NFL. Of the 41 times they did it, they converted 21 times, which is roughly 51.2%. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That is 20th best in the league in terms of fourth down conversion percentage. Ravens converted 67% of the time. Chiefs 67% of the time. Bengals 65% of the time.
But how many times did
the
they
Chargers, the Chargers, by the way, who you killed last year, and Brandon Staley went for it 34 times, second only to the Lions. They converted 65% of the time. Compare 65%, 50%. There's a big difference. You can't just go for it to go for it this year. If you're going to be aggressive, be aggressive. Stick to it like the Chargers did. I have no problem with that. Just don't be stupid. Don't go for it in the first quarter on your own 31-yard line. Not necessary. Just not necessary.
No, that is not necessary.
Unless you truly believe you can get it, you better be ready to deal with the consequences.
See, it sounds like a little bit in the back of your head, you want to back down a little bit.
I do want them to take a step back. I want them to be aggressive this year. Do I want them to have the most fourth down attempts? No. Why would no? Be efficient on third down, Terry. Be efficient on third down. The Chiefs only were.
Yeah, you're right. But the Lions, what they failed to do, 3rd and 1, run the football. They can't make it. Now this year, 3rd and 1, they got to run the football and make it. And maybe you don't have all these fourth down wacky wizzy things that you have to do. They're awful on third down. And I've heard people, well, on 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3, why did they pass? Because they had to. They had no other choice.
Yeah, again, they were a really bad team this year. And when you're a team that's involved in games, let's be honest, you do now have a little bit of expectation. Going for on fourth down is much more difficult. And do I want him to stay aggressive? Yes. Do I prefer him to win and lose games playing his way? Yes. But I don't want to see them at the top of the fourth down go for it charts. No. Go for it less and still go for it. You can be aggressive like the Chargers were and be a winning team, but hey, just so you know, if you convert on third down, you don't have to do this.
No, that's true. That 41 number is
Should
too
be
high.
I would like to see it at 28, 30, 32 I would accept. Don't get near 40.
It doesn't mean you're not being aggressive. What it means is you're not in that position as much. You're not, because you converted third down.
Let's say they lose 10 games. Is it crazy for me to say in those 10 games they go for it in each game, on average twice, right?
Yeah, okay.
Am I crazy
I can
to say
live with
that? You have to, right? You're losing a game.
Sure.
All right, that's 20. What about the other 7 games? Let's say they win those 7 games. On average, let's say they go for it 1.5 times a game. All right, what is that? Well, that's another 10, and that's 30. You get between 30 and 32. I'm very happy with that number this year in terms of fourth down attempts. But 41, stay the hell away. Get better on third down, which I expect them to be this year. And I think this is a football team and a coach that you can expect to win you games this year. This isn't same old. I don't want to hear same old line stuff. I just don't, Terry. Has the GM done a good job of bringing in talent?
Yes.
All right, coaching. It's up to you now to coach up that talent, make the players around you better, and put players in a position to be successful. That's the coach's job. And if the coach isn't doing it, well, I know what the issue is. And if the coach is, and Jared Goff can't complete a pass, or they can't run block, or the receivers can't catch, or the corners can't cover, or you can't put any pressure, all right, we're having a different conversation. But I don't want to hear same old lines, Terry.
You know what you have in common with Corey Woods? When you talk about the Lions, your voice becomes high pitch. You're high pitch Adam.
Oh, am I?
And he's high pitch Corey.
Oh, Corey gets really high pitched.
No, his is really. And man, the Lions, they're gonna win this year. I'm serious.
I'm sorry, Corey.
He gets way out there. You're not that bad.
Oh God.
But he's like, oh man, I really like the Lions this year. Damn it.
Oh God.